What's going on, my man?
What up, guys?
Oh, same stuff, different day. More that Friday vibe than ever, though.
Yeah, well, especially now, son.
Yeah, I mean, I waited all week to get here.
Yeah, it took long enough. Today actually kind of flew by considering what a shit show it was, but yeah.
That's an interesting outlook on it. See, Fridays I work from home, air quote, work.
Yeah,
Emphasis on the from home part.
Yeah, right.
It's a sweet gig, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, it was just like random things happening throughout the day that made you go, what the fuck is that all about? And, it was just a day full of that. Nothing good, nothing bad,
Oh, not an outstanding day in any way, positive or negative. Okay.
Well, exactly, It was, I could do without days like, just like random mistakes, like, having to send a $15,000 paint job back to be redone because it got painted the wrong fucking color. Having to save the lesbian in the shaft shop's life because she was fucking choking to death and nobody knew what to do. And it's like, if we could just not do this again on Monday, that'd be great, guys.
Yeah. Well, is she choking on a hot dog because she never knew how to take one before?
Fucking Tootsie Roll, son.
Tootsie Roll, yeah.
I feel bad, too, because, it said something like, she's like, oh, these Tootsie Rolls are a problem. I got was it 700 pieces or some shit in this bag? And I just got it on the counter.
Did you don't have to eat them all at once? Fucking hell, that's why you're choking.
She was just hammering them down, right? And I was like, Jesus, slow down. She's like, this is a problem. You can't have these here. I love Tootsie Rolls. I'm like, yeah, considering you've had fucking 49 of them. And it wasn't even that funny. But she laughed and then just started choking.
Well, I mean, you can have them there. It's just you need to have self-control, Karen.
Yeah, I have self-control. Amanda, same thing. And it was God damn, just random shit throughout the day. That's what made the day go by, because things are always happening, even though I wasn't really doing anything.
See, mine was more I woke up late, turned on my laptop, went to the laundromat, drove into town, stopped by the dispensary, the regular stuff you do on a work day.
Yeah, regular stuff.
Yeah, just cooked up some bacon and steaks, living that fucking life.
There you go. Yeah, steak's not a bad idea. I was wondering what we should do for dinner tonight. I haven't really come up with a plan.
Yeah, it's the same thing what your wife said.
Yeah, I would, you wouldn't expect my stay-at-home wife to come up with a plan for dinner, but,
It's one of the funniest things. One of my closest work friends is a woman, and she complains about her husband all the time. But funnily enough, she complains often about how he doesn't know how to do regular everyday things. And as a bachelor, I have to do 100% of what it takes to keep a household up. So single income household, I'm the guy who has to vacuum. I'm the idiot that goes to the grocery store and waits in line and shops with coupons. I put the stuff away. I cook it, I clean it, I do the dishes. It's Yeah, there's probably a lot of guys that just have no idea how to do an entire life. How to be a human being, participate in society shit.
It's probably true that they're, you know what I mean, but thinking about it from of course the way we were raised is totally different, than.
Well, I mean, the way I was raised was my dad wasn't there and my mom wasn't either. So you
kind of had to do it for yourself.
Yeah, I really did.
And whereas my dad obviously was kind of there, and my mom was obviously there, and Roger was there in his own ways and whatever. But part of my raising was oh, okay, you're old enough to fucking grab that laundry basket. Why don't you haul that thing downstairs? Oh shit, you got it down here? Let's go ahead and throw that in the
right, exactly. This is how you add Ajax to a laundry.
I constantly have to say, my stepson now, and even, my son, my daughter, all that, they all have chores. Sunday chores to be done. But, I knew growing up, Thursday was garbage day.
Yeah, same here. Weird as shit.
Oh, wow. Better go out Wednesday night, you know what I mean?
Nah, I do mine Thursday morning, though, because we have, a lot of raccoons and an ever-growing homeless population that loves going through recycling.
Yeah, so I did it. You know, I would do it the Wednesday night, whatever, which is fine. You know, as long as I got out before the garbage truck, it doesn't matter. You know, doing the dishes, like coming home and like opening the dishwasher to see if the dishes were clean or dirty, and seeing what needed to be done. You know, shit like that. It's like, it's just funny how like that just became part of the way I live life. You know, and so like trying to like teach my stepson.
You cut out there. You cut out there a little bit. What was that?
Oh, I was saying, like trying to teach my stepson, like, hey man, when you're walking through the kitchen, you know, let's come home from school or whatever have you, but like just open the dishwasher, just check it out, see where it's at. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because that's, you know, part of your responsibilities.
Well, like, I think it comes down to, you know, forming habits, and for me, anything, you know, if I'm starting a new habit, if I'm trying to, you know, every morning I'm starting to do yoga, right? So I've set my alarm 15 minutes earlier, and now it's, I get up, I turn on my computer, of course, that's what I do. I live in front of this fucking machine, and then I put on some nice relaxing music that's gonna like help me wake up a little bit, but I do my stretching in the morning. And for a while it was just like, I'm gonna snooze my alarm 15 more minutes, right? But that habit is definitely beneficial. It just takes a while to form.
Yeah, it really does. You know what I mean? It's repetitive motion. You know what I mean? And routine, which is something that I've preached for a long time, especially, you know, with Tig and his issues, if you will. You know what I mean? And it's not like he's special needs, but like he's still got like, it's sometimes like talking to a freaking brick wall. But routine is like, it's non-existent in this kid's life, and that's not for the lack of my trying. Don't get me wrong. But he just doesn't have like a routine. He doesn't know what a routine is. It's like, dude, when you walk through, open the dishwasher. If you walk into your bedroom and you see your hampers full, bring that shit downstairs. You know,
right.
Like, you know, just be observant. Like, look at your surroundings, and it's kind of, you know, and for a kid like himself, you know, who's, you know, heavily into video games and stuff, where you're constantly having to look everywhere and open this and do that. It's like, I can't believe like you could walk into a room and not treat it like a video game, where you just, I wonder what's in there. I wonder what this does. I wonder what that does. Like you can do that in real life, man. That would be awesome. Like, because, you know, it's something that he's obviously incredibly into. So just like, man, I wish he would make that connection, and then just be boom, boom, instead I have to constantly tell you. Yeah,
but there's never any diamond armor in the fucking dishwasher, Richie. Like, that's the problem here, you know.
Yeah, he's like, what do you mean? Well, I did what you said, and there was no magic armor. And
yeah, exactly. I didn't find any wooden arrows. It was just dirty dishes.
That's not. You're taking this way too literal, guy.
I smashed all the pots in the kitchen and didn't find a single fucking rupee.
All right, Link, you motherfucker.
God damn it, Liam.
Have you seen that fucking, you seen those videos where it's like real life video games where it's just like somebody dressed like Link and they're just smashing shit everywhere? And it's like,
dude, there's the comedy nowadays. Like, that's, I think that we're in a wonderful time in humanity. Like, don't get me wrong, I wish that I could just instantly teleport to Mars. It would have been cool to live in, like, you know, the 50s or the 1500s, right? But right now, I mean, high-speed internet connection, Asian cream pies online, the Benjamin. Like, I live in a pretty great fucking time. So we're doing the deal.
See, you know, and it's, if we didn't, but this is just like having kids, right? It's like, you know, if you didn't have kids, like, could you be without this child? It's like, yeah, but if I didn't have that child, I wouldn't know about that child, right? That's how I look at things. So, like, if you know, yeah, okay, today's day and age it's a shit show, but there's like a lot of cool things too, right? But like, if this was the late 1800s, like none of that would exist. So you would just exist in that time with what's available to you then.
But if it's one of those, if I knew now.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Because like if you literally, like you said, you know, teleport back, but you teleport back everything that you know, but you know it there. Yeah, the late 1800s would suck. I mean, it would be fun. Don't get me wrong. It would be fun, but it would, after a while, it'd be like, Jesus God, I just really want to watch some fishing videos or something. Damn it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a whole genre of anime about this kind of thing, It's called isekai. It means to like go to sleep in one place and wake up in another time. So like, you know, a lot of times you wake up in the future, you wake up in a world where magic's real, you wake up in the past, right?
Yeah.
If you went back 200 years, you went back to 1825, right, and you knew everything you know now, honestly, 1825 wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, because, dude, you'd be so goddamn rich.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, insanely fucking rich in a multitude of different ways. You could start 50 different companies that you can guarantee would do well because of the most, like, niche knowledge that is just known by everybody. I mean, oil refining. Like, gasoline is a byproduct at that point. Same thing with natural gas. They didn't want it. So, like, that's a whole fucking market of energy. California, at that point, we had barely gone to California. I don't think the Alaskan gold rush had happened. Same thing with, like, the California gold rush. Oh, there's so much. The stock market, I think,
you just know exactly where to go and be like, this is my cabin right here. Yeah, this is a good spot.
Well, also, like, mildly knowing world events that are going to be going forward. Like, from the 1800s, like, World War I is going to start in 100 years. Okay, cool. Like, I think slavery is still a thing at that point, so if you're in the South, you can really maximize it. Like, you can be a plantation owner.
Just know right where Hitler's going to be. Be like, wow, solve that problem. That's good. Just go back and fuck with everything.
They didn't have steel at that point. Yeah, they only had iron and wrought iron. So the addition of, like, refined carbon, charcoal, like, you'd be able to be the person that invents how to do that. They have electricity at that point, but they don't understand how to purify oxygen and hydrogen through electrolysis. So you could literally revolutionize the world knowing that simple thing, adding electricity to purify water.
It would ultimately lead to you having the greatest time that you can in that time period as well. Like you said,
again, you can buy human beings, which means, like, you can just own whores. Like, you can legitimately have a harem.
Yeah, it would be great.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think...
But then certain things would be like, not so fun.
You'd have to make your own soap factory. Like, you'd have to convince every single person that you know and meet to wash their balls more. Like, germs? That's not really a thing. Like, you never, ever want to get sick.
Well, sick is dead. Not most of the time, but yeah.
Oh, dude. Oh, Jesus. It just reminded me of the video I was watching yesterday when we were talking. Oh, my God. Did you watch that thing?
No, I totally forgot to look at that.
Oh, I kind of hope you don't. Like, if you want to sleep good tonight, don't watch that.
I sleep like a baby, dude. I'm good.
Oh, go for it. Go for it. If you guys want to see it, hit me up in the comment section. I can link the video. Also, hey, guys, thanks for watching the video. If you're 13 minutes in, you're fucking awesome. Keep it up, champ.
Yeah, for sure.
I should have done that like 10 minutes ago. I should open with that.
But that's because we lose track of time.
Yeah. Hey, Rich, how you doing? It's great to talk to you. Make sure everybody listening likes and subscribes. That's not a great opening. You know?
It's really not. You know, I mean, we just, I mean, it's a phone call. You know what I mean? You call me, I call you. We just answer the damn phone. Like, I'm not accustomed to whenever we have a phone conversation be like, hey, Pat, good to talk to you again. Like and subscribe, because we've been doing this below.
The more interaction, the better we can help service you. Like,
you know, but we've been doing this for 20 years without, you know, just what up, yo? And it's like, it's just second nature to just get into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess we could that's exactly it. Like, that's, yeah.
We could probably make a better attempt at it, but at the same time, it's like, well, this is raw as hell, man.
I don't think that's actually... It would help for channel growth and all that stuff. Yeah, cool. Sure.
I don't think it's necessary.
I'll put some stuff on screen. Like, I'll flash some animations. I'll have some scrolling stuff. You know, all that stuff will happen. But I'd rather... I do that on my other channel already. Like, I have to share our, like, Discord links and all that stuff. Like, oh, check out our members only video. It's so much producerial work that is just burdensome and seemingly unworth it at times.
Yeah, and that's where this one is more like a...
Yeah, if you want to see my OnlyFans, there's a fat dude who's got a big nutsack. Yeah, just check out the links below.
Huge nutsack.
It's the weirdest thing. It comes with age. It's not that my nuts get bigger. It's just that their house gets longer.
Right? You're like, well, I'm swinging these bad dogs around, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's impressive, but I also worry about, like, I gotta have shorts that are long enough for it.
Like, you wanted to look. That's the only reason you saw them. My wife constantly tells me, she's like, you should probably get these checked out. Like, you have huge nuts. I'm like, bitch, that's just my nuts.
That's just my nuts.
It's just my nuts. I don't know what you're saying.
After the circumcision, there's all this backed up pressure, so they're just growing like balloons.
Oh, no backed up pressure, because all, limited fucking tax-free cream pies, baby. So it's like, cool.
Tax-free cream pies. That's the greatest thing about Vietnam is, no income taxes, no sales tax, none of that shit. It is,
Nothing, you know what I mean? So it's like, so the pressure's been relieved, but it's like, they're just big, man. Like, it comes with, I think it's, part of, I don't know. We must just have a good set of junk in the family, you know what I mean?
It's like the AC/DC song, I've got big balls.
Big balls.
Yeah, just right there. Balls. That's all. That's it. Just boom, take it out of context.
We've got the biggest balls.
No, we're gonna get demonetized. Wait, you can't get demonetized.
Yeah, you can't say that. You're gonna have to fucking. That's right.
That's the secret. We're back in the winning zone, baby.
Oh yeah, baby. We're gonna say other shit to believe, but that's okay. We don't have to believe that one.
Now, I understand. I watch other creator videos and stuff. I legitimately have a pretty good handle on this at this point.
Yeah. It doesn't have a good
says
handle?
The guy with no strikes on his channel currently. Emphasis on currently.
Yeah, so I don't have anything on my channel. I have a playlist.
I mean, I do have a playlist, but it started breaking YouTube. I had an issue with it. It's like 750 songs at this point. I hit shuffle, and it wouldn't work on my phone. On my computer,
my playlist isn't that long. It's only like 280 songs, something like that. But like, I can't just like hit play and like shuffle it, whatever. It will eventually go somewhere else. Like,
I've had the same issue. It will not
stay on my playlist.
Yeah, at some point it just Uncle Cracker drifts away.
Yeah, it drifts right the fuck away. And I'm like, I don't like. There are many times somebody comes into my office and they're like, "What the hell are you listening to?" I'm like, honestly, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Like, I hit play on my own shit, and now we're on whatever it is.
Positive side of this, though, I have come to learn that I love 1970s, 80s, Japanese city pop.
Okay. Strange.
I don't know how to explain it. It's like, imagine driving by a road next to an ocean that's filled with sailboats at, like, sunset. That's the feeling. I don't even notice that they're saying shit in Japanese. It's just the most chill stuff. It's like this certain vibe. It's Hawaiian shirt as fuck.
Interesting. So you've got a bunch of that on your playlist now, is what you're saying?
Not even, because it's all AI generated stuff. It's just so easy to create music nowadays. I do it in my free time. There's this website called Suno, and I create all sorts of music on it. Legitimately spend way too much time on the internet with AI nowadays, but clearly it's worthwhile. But yeah, there's all sorts of 3 hours of music, and it's just all AI generated shit because it's lo-fi music. It's really easy to create.
Yeah, there you go. See, I don't dabble in the ways of that stuff. I just throw play on old Korn playlist or something and send it. I find that when I throw on music anyway, it becomes just a different background noise. Like, you know, the tinnitus is one thing. I always hear that going on, but the music in the background just kind of dulls out the ringing in the
He
crap
gets rid
that's
of the
going
fucking
on.
tinnitus, yeah.
And it's just like, and then it just evens it out, and I'm like, oh, and then every now and again, like, I hear something come through, and it's the music playing.
Well, for me, two different things. One, when I'm at work, like at my office, I usually wear noise-canceling headphones.
Right.
Pretty good ones, too. Like some Sony shit. And then, along with that, I've come to realize that what music I'm listening to really influences my mood.
Oh, for sure.
So I've tried taking more advantage of that. So like while I'm at work, depending on what I'm doing, I'll try and figure out what music's going to help me do that thing. And same thing, you know, driving or if I'm doing shit around the house.
I 100% agree with that. It's like, you know, music obviously does, you know, it influences the crap out of a lot of things. Your mood being one of them. It's probably the biggest. But Dave Matthews, man, I can never be like in a fucked up funk when I've got Dave Matthews going. So like 99% of the time, I just have like a separate Dave Matthews playlist that I've played so many times, and it's the top suggested. And I'll just play that, and like I'll just listen to Dave like all day, every fucking day. In fact, Dave has been on like every day for the last like year and a half.
I gotta say, I was never the biggest Dave Matthews Band fan, and it's not that I ever had any issue with their music. That was never it. It's just that I don't know if I've ever like wanted to listen to them. Like, you know what I mean? Like search them out. I maybe have looked up like Ants Marching or something. Tops of 10 times I've ever searched for like Dave stuff.
Which is a good one. But yeah, no, I feel that. And obviously, you're gonna be like, oh, you can't believe you don't like Dave. I don't give a shit. Nah. But it's just like, you know, when somebody's like, oh man, I can't wait to go see Five Finger Death Punch. It's like, yeah, there's a band I could do without. Never been a big fan.
Yeah. There's, I mean, one of my close friends at work, one of my closest friends at work is a huge music fan. He's married. They have no kids. So they're dinks, right? Dual income, no kid. They went to Red Rocks just like out of the blue because one of their friends was going. So they bought tickets to the fucking desert. It was like, holy shit. This guy, he says he's averaging about 6 to 10 concerts per year. And dude, as a professional in their late 30s, that's impressive. And when he says concerts, it's like Boston, Miami. He's going to San Francisco. Like, he's literally traveling the country all throughout the year just because he can.
Good for them on that, because, like, you know, I can't even get my wife to go to fucking Dave Matthews when they're local. So it's like, she definitely isn't going anywhere for this crap. Like, you've got a couple of friends of mine, you know, they're big Dave Matthews fans, and they like music in general, so they always go to concerts. And this dude sending pictures, he's like, oh, you know, last minute Dave show at Mohegan Sun. The tickets were like $1,200 a piece, but they had great seats. And, you know, all-inclusive VIP crap, which was nice. But, you know, then it's like, oh, I'm over here at the Head PE show. It's like, fuck, I totally forgot that was even coming around. God damn. But it's like, you know, dual income, no kids. So they can just drop whatever they, you know, oh, it's just another PTO day to both of them to take off for an extended weekend and go to a show. But it's like, you also don't have to worry about, like, I have 4 kids. So what am I going to do? Just like, hey, Ty, you're watching these 3. We're out. You know, and come back a week later.
Right.
You know, it's like, I'm not going to pay a babysitter to watch these freaking 4 kids for a week. And I'm definitely not going to be like, hey, Mom, I know you're in your 70s now and retired, but you want to take care of these 4 kids for me? She's going to be like, yeah, for like 2 hours, dude. I'm like, yeah, I hear you.
I don't at all.
I don't want to do it at all. But, yeah, dude, I mean, that's, God, I wish my wife would be more open to that. Because now it's like, what was I looking at? Yeah, the Head PE show was coming around. I missed that. Dave is going to be in New York. I'm going to probably miss that because she doesn't want to go again, and nobody else seems to want to go. And it's like, man, like I really like to get out to more shows. But I missed stuff back in the day, like
Ghost
104 Fest and stuff like that, where you'd go to a 1 day festival or whatever, and there's a whole bunch of good bands. Like, you just don't have that shit anymore either.
Yeah.
Sucks.
I mean, they still do some tours like that. I think van tour is still something. Is that a thing?
Do they?
I think that's a thing.
Yeah, because I haven't seen like a Warped Tour or like well, obviously 104 Fest is no more. When it was no longer Radio 104 and it became the other station, now it's back to being Radio 104. Like, all the cool shit that they used to do kind of went away. The Rock is gone because now it's a Christian freaking station. It's strange. Yeah, it's just weird. Like, although there's some big festival that goes on down in New Orleans, and I was looking at the lineup. It's like 3 days or 4 days worth of festivals, and it's gonna have. I mean, there's literally like hundreds of bands that are going to this thing, and like Pearl Jam, Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Dave. We keep talking about Dave. Who else? Shit, I forget. There's a couple other ones, but there's also a whole bunch. It's Louisiana, so a lot of them are blues bands and stuff like that. But like, there's that, but that doesn't happen up here in New England anymore that I know of. Like you said, you used to go to 104 Fest in Hartford, and it would be an all-day festival, and there would be 7 stages set up, and bands playing all day long, and so I saw Revis for the first time. I saw Seven Dust there, Authority Zero, like Pressure 4-5, like a whole bunch, and a lot of people probably haven't heard of some of these bands. I only mentioned a couple, but
dude, Ticketmaster is the worst website in the fucking world. Oh my god! I don't know if I've hated a company more. I'm shopping for tickets right now because you brought it up. I love this band Ghost. Right, they're a heavy metal band. But they're really theatrical. They put on a lot of makeup, and there's this whole like lore behind them. Real fun shows and stuff. Their ticket prices are literally increasing as I'm on the website.
Don't you hate when that happens? Well, are you looking for like the closest date, or is this like a ways out?
No. This is just because they're doing a world tour. So the closest place that they're going to be is in Boston at the TD Garden. So it's like either I go to Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Boston, or New York City at Madison Square. Which like,
and it's funny because like Boston, for you to go to that show in Boston
still
is closer than me to go to the Dave show in New York. What's that?
It's still 3.5 hours, 3.5 hours away to go to this show if I wanted.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, and then like that's like if I wanted to go to the Dave show in New York, it's almost 4 hours.
Jesus Christ, it's like 7 hours for me. Yeah, Connecticut's very well located as far as so many different things. If it wasn't for my job here, I would have definitely pursued a life in Connecticut back in the day. Like, I just make really good money. There's no way I can turn away from this now.
Yeah, that's just it. That's like I constantly think like, oh man, home values are through the roof. So like, I've got so much equity in my fucking house now. It's like, man, I could just sell this place, move down south, or somewhere else, and just, it's like, yeah, all right, what am I going to do? I'm going to take my family of 6. I'm going to uproot us here where I make pretty good money, and house, things, retirements, and all that happy horse shit. It's like, and what, risk that? You know what I mean? It's like you said, you've got your roots solid in Vermont now, and if I didn't have my roots so fucking strong here in Connecticut, I would probably we'd be thinking about like the exact opposite. You know what I mean? You'd be thinking about coming back here, and I'd be thinking about going somewhere else.
I mean, do not misunderstand me though on that, Rich. Is like I am constantly thinking about moving to like Argentina, Southeast Asia. Like like I'm pretty ready to go at any point. If I hit the fucking lottery, I am out.
Yeah, likewise though. You know what I mean? The lottery, that changes everything.
I don't know. I worry you'd be stuck there in a certain way because like all the family and stuff, right?
Where, me?
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to move out because like the kids and shit.
Yeah, well, see, and I'd have a easier time.
I mean, you could buy a 1,000-acre ranch in Montana and build a fucking school for your kids to go to, and start a whole life in the middle of nowhere. But you'd have to convince Caitlin, and to be able to make that shit happen.
But here's the thing: it's like, all right, if you're talking about the lottery, and the winnings that you get from that, like I think I could easily convince the required family members that would keep my wife, because honestly, as much as I love having my mom and Roger, my dad, right down the road, and I go to my dad's all the time. I go over and I do all sorts of shit for my mom and Roger, and obviously they come over the house for holidays and shit like that, whatever. But it's like, realistically, like, I mean, that's just a plane ride away, once a month. So it doesn't really matter. But it would be my wife.
True. Like,
it would be my wife who's like, oh, I have to see my mom like every day because she lives freaking right across town, and it's like, yeah, all right, that would be the hard one to convince, because I see my mom once every couple of weeks, and we're cool like that. They talk on the phone every day. There's this other idea, though,
that the wife and the kids stay right where they are, and you go wherever you want.
And I go. Well, that's what I told her. I said, I'm like, not that my house is the greatest thing on earth, but it's good enough, but I did tell her, I'm like, if I ever do decide that I don't want to live here anymore, I'm buying a house on the lake, somewhere on a lake. And she's totally against that. She's like, she doesn't care for the water, and she doesn't want to live on the water, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, she's like, well, I'm not going anywhere. It's like, that's fine. Like, I'll buy the house on the lake, and you can fucking stay here. And we'll see each other on weekends, like it's some kind of visitation.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, because she doesn't like change. She doesn't do well with change. So it's like, whatever, I got you. Like, change sucks, but at the same time, like, sometimes it doesn't suck. Sometimes it's awesome.
Well, if you want to improve, you literally have to change.
You have to change, yeah. You have to
constantly change. Stop being such a bitch about it.
yeah. You're just, living behind the anxiety sucks. You got to break through the barrier, and sometimes the barrier's you. I don't know. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, again, winning the lottery changes a lot of shit in general.
It does, though. You know what I mean? Like, and depending on what the lottery jackpot is, you know what I mean? Like, if it's, oh my god, it was the fucking 1.289 billion motherfucker, and it's like, if I walked away with, let's say, 350 million, all right, I think I could convince the required parties to go wherever it was that needed to go, if that was the plan.
With that quantity of cash, it doesn't have to come down to convincing. It's a negotiation offer, because like, your full out is just like full out.
Right. So like, you know what I mean? Full out would be full out. Like, here, I'm going to take you, I'm going to buy you this house, and you're going to bitch about the size of it, and that's why I bought you a fucking housekeeper, so don't worry about it. Like, just shut up and go. Yeah. And if that doesn't work, then I just go. It doesn't matter. But because after my father-in-law is gone, my mother-in-law plans on moving to the coast anyway to be with near her other daughter. And my wife isn't going to drive 2 hours to go see them. She's going to solely rely on them coming here, which they're never going to.
Yeah.
So it's like,
shit, man, my pop. One of the things Jen bitches most about is how my dad never goes over and sees her. And it's like, yeah, they live like 40 minutes away. Like, it's difficult to get people to travel for like family purposes. Also, my dad is my dad.
Well, there's that, you know what I mean? Like, Terry's stuck in his own freaking ways, but like, getting him out of the house to go hang out over at Jen's for a couple hours, like, it's unrealistic for her to be upset that he doesn't do that, because he never would have done that, especially not now.
Yeah, I mean, legitimately, it does sound boring as fuck.
Right. If for Terry, it would totally be boring as fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's not like they really have all that much in common.
Nah, I mean, besides
So-
DNA, that's pretty much it. Like,
That's pretty much it,
geography
yeah.
and DNA, that's it. Yeah.
So I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's just unrealistic for her. But it's like that's how you feel as your daughter. Like that's why Steph like doesn't get along with our dad, I guess, because of I don't know. You know, like I don't know why she still holds grudges. Like, you know, you've only got one set of parents. You know what I mean? Like you've only got, you know, one family. Like just knock it off, man. You know?
Well, that was one of the things for Jen was like, my father doesn't care to have children. It was a byproduct of like, you know, banging women.
Yeah, exactly.
I realized that as an adult that like he doesn't want to be my dad. The only reason that we talk is because we both smoke weed and play video games. You know?
Yeah, right. There's some kind of common ground, but other than that,
that's exactly it. Yeah. I mean, he talks to Will because they're into like farming and, you know, having a little homestead action. But if it wasn't for canning or kids, there's nothing to converse with Jen about for him.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And there's not a lot for me to talk to Jen or Will or my mom about for the most part. You know, I still have a lot of animosity towards my mother. You know, yeah, sometimes it's just like, fuck you, old lady. And as far as like Jen and Will, like I have nothing to talk to them about. Like, what do I give a fuck about canning like fruits and vegetables? Like, I don't want to have a pasture of cows or repair a diesel tractor. Like, I got nothing to talk to these white folk about.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, yeah, because like, yeah, Will and Jen are more like each other than you or anything like both of them.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Even them, like, they don't really have much to talk about because, I mean, they just, you know, it's Jen and Will.
Yeah, I mean, in general, he's a weird dude and she's
a weird woman. So,
it's odd fucking dynamic I got going on. But whatever. I mean, I am still trying to do my familial obligations by stopping down every couple of holidays.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just, you know, harder than ever because, you know, life.
Yeah, dude, you know, it's funny, like, life, you always say, like, oh, no, I'm always going to make time for this, I'm always going to do that, I'm always going to be able to do this, and blah, 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 and then you slowly realize that, wow, life's got a little different plan for you. You're not going to have as much time for any of that crap as you thought.
I don't know, maybe it's inherited or something, but I was always ready to abandon my family, just like my father did.
No, that's good. That's a good trait to have.
Clip that one. That's going on for a short.
Yeah, that's a short. Yeah, that should be the title. No, it means like I'm less likely to, well, only because I mean, especially not that it really matters, but like, you know, I bought a house here. You know, it is a small family and everyone's close by, but like, I got a decent job and I got a house and a family. It's like, I'm not in a rush for a change. You know what I mean? It's like,
no, you're happy enough where you are.
I'm happy enough where I am. You know what I mean? Like,
no, that's good.
You know?
Like sometimes realizing that, like, oh, the reason I'm not seeking a lot of change is because I'm pleased with what's going on. I'm happy with my situation. I don't crave more. I want more. Yes, I'm a grown-ass man. I'm ambitious, but it's not, I got to get out of this place. I hate this fucking woman. I can't stand these kids.
Right. Not even close.
I mean, you know, if Declan talks back one more time, no, I'm fucking around.
Yeah, he actually just
if he
ran
learns
off.
to talk and talks back, I'm going to be mad as shit.
Oh, he's a talking machine. He don't give a shit. He doesn't shut up.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, he's got all sorts of stuff to say.
That's what the good thing about having a whole brood of them is they all get to like play with each other and shit, you know?
He's don't kick Rosie.
Oh no.
He just kicked Gunner in the ass and now he's punching him. It's funny because I'm watching him kick and punch the dog literally right in front of Caitlin, who is not even paying attention.
I mean,
yeah, no, apart from the course. I was just making an observation.
Oh, breaking news.
Yeah, sir. Next on 60 Minutes.
Yeah, right.
No shit.
It's
But yeah.
yeah. I got
Yeah.
nothing on that.
Yeah. What?
Nothing.
Well, I got some steaks. I got some bacon. It's about time for some munching down.
There you go, my dude. Call it a Friday.
Hells yeah! Time to drink some more beers. Love you, bunch of cuz. Talk to you later.
Love you, cuz. Like.